What's up, beautiful people? And it's a slightly sad day. It's time to say goodbye to our room and also goodbye to Malaysia. Time to get on our journey and go home. Bye. Morning. It's too early. There's one. Thank you. At the airport, 2 flights today. First one to Dubai. Back in jeans and a t-shirt in anticipation for the cold of England. Feels weird. This feels very accurate right now because I'm so tired. Had about 2 hours sleep last night, but the past 6 weeks have absolutely flown by and it has been just the most incredible experience. Obviously the first 3 weeks with Mum and Hannah and just seeing the incredible wildlife at Bako really kicked it off. It was just so good to see those monkeys with those huge noses. Then going back and just getting into the chilled vibes of Kuching, I guess. Seeing the orangutans was incredible, and heading to the cultural village, going to the beach and just having a really, really nice time exploring Kuching before heading out into sort of more remote Malaysia, possibly the most remote place that I've ever been really, going to Mulu National Park and seeing this amazing nature and the bat exodus, all the caves. It was just so good. From there heading on into Sabah and seeing really like more bustling city life of Borneo in the Kota Kinabalu. Of course, enjoying our infinity pool at the top of our apartment block. That was very, very nice. From there, heading down to Sandakan and just seeing the frankly silly amount of wildlife that was around the Kinabatangan, and then being able to really I guess appreciate the orangutans even more because we could see them even closer when we were at the centre in Sepilok. Also, the sun bears were just absolutely crazy, and I think it felt like a bit of a shame really to say goodbye to Hannah, but it marks the start of another period of the trip when I was with Mum and just started sort of the trip for just us two. Headed back to Kuching for a few days and were fortunate enough to experience the Mooncake Festival, which was lovely, and also learn a little bit more history about the city, which I feel like we'd missed out the first time we were there because we'd wanted to go to the museum, but it had been closed. But heading out and just going to the Brook Gallery was just so good. And then from there onto another bustling city, seeing Singapore was just absolutely crazy. Having been there last year, I was super looking forward to it because it's one of my favourite cities in the world, and it was busy, but it did not disappoint. The light shows, the walks, using the MRT and just everything, seeing our friend Richard again. It was a very good time in Singapore and we really enjoyed it, but I think that meant we appreciated heading to Chiang Mai a little bit more probably because Chiang Mai was very chilled. Yes, we got to see the elephants, see some temples and go to the waterfalls. Those sticky waterfalls were so good, but it didn't feel like we packed in too much, which was nice. We had a few chill days around by the pool and we had a chance to just explore the old town and get a couple of places that we enjoyed eating at and drinking at and just enjoyed ourselves really, like getting into the vibe of Chiang Mai. And I think we both really, really enjoyed staying in Thailand those few days. Then coming back to KL, heading back to Malaysia for the last few days it's been nice. I wish that neither of us had been ill because I think we haven't managed to properly experience KL in the way that we'd hoped, and I'd hoped that maybe I'd even managed to do like a meetup or see some people in the city, but it just hasn't quite worked out, with feeling frankly pretty rubbish for at least a day and a half of our time here. But it's been on balance and absolutely just out of this world trip, and it's been so nice to bring Mum and to have her experience Southeast Asia with me too. Have you enjoyed Southeast Asia, Mama?
Oh, I've had a lovely time, thank you. It's been wonderful.
It's definitely been a treat to bring both Hannah and Mum out, so thanks for being such good company, Mum. And
you,
Hannah,
sir.
if you're watching, thanks as well. Time to get on the plane and sleep.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. So Mum, what have your favourite bits of the trip been?
I think overall, I've just loved going to Southeast Asia, and particularly sharing it with you and Hannah. It's been lovely. I absolutely fell in love with Borneo, with all the wildlife everywhere, seeing those proboscis flappy-nosed monkeys,
They were so good.
the hornbills, and those pygmy elephants snorkeling across the river.
That was
such
amazing.
a special moment. Kuching, I think, stole my heart a little bit. Absolutely loved it there, and that iconic government legislative building. I did enjoy Singapore. Those light shows were amazing. And I suppose a real highlight as well was then when you surprised me and took me to Thailand for 9 days, and the sticky waterfalls.
Yeah! That was so good.
Absolutely amazing. So I think to sum it up, I've had an absolutely fabulous 6 weeks. Thanks ever so much.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. Thanks a bunch, cheers.
What's your head?
Bye.
So Malaysia time, it's about 3 AM. Very tired. How you feeling, Mum?
Tired, but nice to be back in the country.
What a good trip. Home sweet home, and there is nothing quite like being in your own bed. We've had an absolute blast this trip, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing the series. Do let us know if you have enjoyed the vlogs, but I'm going to finish this one up here. Thank you so much for watching. Big love. It feels good around here.